Grinders, it's your boy Pokemon back on the grind. Guys, I have some breaking news. I thought about 100 ways how I'm going to say this, but I'm just going to grip it and rip it. We have finished the bankroll challenge of getting to 25,000 to 100,000. So I'm going to show you guys the bankroll for those who just want to see the bankroll. And then I'm going to show a highlight of what we've done since last video. We've been on a complete tear. We've won the $500 daily high roller 3 times this week. We've won the Super Tuesday. We've won a whole bunch of stuff. So our bankroll has passed $100,000. So I'm going to show you guys that right now. I also don't want these to close and then I can't show you guys my passwords and stuff. So we're going to start with GG Poker here, guys. We have $14,313. We have some tickets saved up, but we'll call it $14,313. Then we're going to go to PokerStars, guys. We're going to go to plus 86,816, guys, for a grand total of $101,000 and 129. So we have passed $100,000. We started this challenge on January 1st. You can go back and you watch the YouTube videos. I said it was going to be a hard goal. Didn't know if I was going to finish this year. I'm way ahead of my original thought. But I'm extremely happy, obviously, and a little mindfuck, to be honest. It kind of feels a little surreal that we actually did it. But I'm going to close these, and we're going to ramble on a whole bunch while you guys have a chance to watch this. So why I'm showing this one is it wasn't my latest win, but it was one of our 3 games we've won this week on the 500s. Table 1 on the left up here. And the reason why I'm showing it is this guy here is a really good heads-up player. He had a huge chip lead on me. I remember it being a crazy good battle. We were talking shit, just having a good time, but it wasn't like malicious. We were just having fun. I've played him at NL 500 heads up before, like since this challenge, like off stream, and I've lost either 500 to $1,000 to this person. I didn't know if they knew that, but I knew going into this heads up match it would not be easy. I offer him, if you look in the chat here, I'm going to talk while this is playing. I offered him a chop, so I'm going to start playing this and then just kind of ramble on about how this whole challenge happened, and you guys can choose to either watch or not, and then soon these games will close down. But table 1, I look at it, I wrote he's got a massive over 100 big blind chip lead, and I said I'm offering him now I said it's time to grind, but I did offer him a one-time time to chop it, but it was a hell of a comeback, and you're going to see us play extremely fast. Okay, so how did we start this challenge? Last year was almost exactly a year ago. So today's date, just so you know, is Friday, July the 7th. I don't know the exact date, but I almost think it's 1 year and 1 week when the Ontario sites happened. So last year, this is 2023, in early 2022 in the winter months like January, February, March, I was up on the global site. I don't remember exactly, but I think we cashed out about $5,000 to $7,000. And then slightly after that, I was on a downswing heading into the spring as my busy season at work happened. And with busy season and just overall life, I've gone through many times in poker where I choose not to play. Some years I pick it up a lot more. Other years I don't. In the winter I tend to play the most. But anyways, I did stop playing for a few months. It was very little playing anyways, like maybe a handful of spins a week, but almost stopped playing poker. And then literally I found out from an email in my email account that PokerStars sent me an email saying Ontario's changed their laws and it has to be an Ontario site. I hadn't even been following like the poker community to find out the rules were changing. So from an email, I found out that we're going to only be able to play players in Ontario. Long story short, I wanted to see what it was about. So I put in a $150 deposit. Last year, as we were 1 or 2 days late from the initial launch. But pretty much exactly a year ago from today, we put in $150 in PokerStars. And I don't remember all the cash out points, but we end up getting close to like $19,000 from 150, and then we cashed out about 10 or 10,000 or so, and then kept building it up, and then we actually made a deposit from our profit on Party Poker. We put Party Poker Ontario. We put $500 into it. We turned that up to 7,000, cashed it out. Anyways, before this challenge actually started by January 1st, we end up from last year's, from July to Jan 1st, we end up keeping a $25,000 bankroll in this challenge to start the challenge. On top of that, we cashed out $20,000. So even before I started this challenge, we were already up close to $45,000 in profit. Now, I have done 1 or 2 deposits of $600 from PokerStars. Has if you deposit money, they'll match your bonuses. So I did that, but I also was taking it out of, like, when I was up on GG, and then PokerStars would have an amount, like a deposit bonus. I would take money out of my GG account, put in my PokerStars, and then when I signed up with GG had an offer that it was if I put in $777, they would match it. Anyways, we end up depositing $5,000 into GG, but we took it from the PokerStars account. Anyways, long story short, we started with $25,000 on January 1st. And as you guys seen through the videos, we mainly only played spins at first. And then we started having a lot of tournament success. And truthfully, the spins, as I don't know if it was my reputation or the regulars or what, a lot of the games just started drying up as I moved up in stakes. The player pool is very, very small, but I would see from observing a lot of games would be happening. And then I would sit down and it just seemed like a lot of the games would just stop, or guys were 4-tabling, they go down to 1. So basically, I was wanting to stay in spins, and then I saw these big tournament series and all that. And we started turning more into tournaments. Even this week, the last video, I told you guys I wanted to get back to playing spin and goes. That was legit my plan. By fluke and total luck, I just from observing, most of the better players in Ontario right now, and probably all across North America, around the world, there's a big chunk of good players are in Vegas for the World Series of Poker. So this week, the main people that give me a regular problem are in PokerStars. They were not here or not playing the tournaments. I'm very confident they were all in Vegas or whatever. So this week we went on a complete tear from a lot of the good players not being around. We took advantage of that. And knowing that, I decided to keep shot taking and playing the 500 consistently, when a lot of times I wouldn't play it, or I would do it depending on the, when I was late regging or who was still in the field. And, if it was a whole bunch of certain players that were in it, like 10 people that I just didn't think I had an edge on, or, just didn't really see the plus EV spots, I wasn't taking it too often. So for us to win 3 in 1 week was pretty crazy. Now, but I will be totally open with you. I did tell my best friend Mike, literally just before this run, that I was going to go on a run. I said, I'm getting in spots where I'm just not holding up. I said, I'm making tons of final tables. I know where I'm at. There's spots where people are waking up when they have it, when they shouldn't always have it. And on top of that, I wasn't holding up. So I did say there's going to be a time I'm going to call them where I've won like 10 or 15 tournaments in a row. I don't know the exact tournaments that we've won, but it's been quite a stretch of just kind of kicking ass here. And then on top of that, we've still been doing very well in spin and goes. Whenever we decide to play them, it's consistent money that I'm printing. Last night alone, we made about $500 to $700 in spins, and I really didn't play that many games. So it's still been kind of profit whatever we decide to play. So I'm very happy, but I wanted to give you guys a full rundown because some people didn't understand how I started with 25,000. And I know people like round numbers, like why'd you go from 25 to 100? What you don't understand is I just showed you the bankroll of 101,000. We're up over 120,000 profit just on our Ontario sites because we cashed out 20 last year. So even though the bankroll challenge says 100 grand, that's just my current bankroll now. I wanted to see if I can get one up to there. But we did do the big cash out since there. So that's kind of how it all run down. The big question is now, guys, what do I have planned next? To be honest, I really don't know. I don't want to be stagnant for too long. I have done lectures or listened to podcasts and lectures on goal setting, and it is a big reason why I originally set this goal. I knew I could have set a goal of 5,000 or 10,000 and make it easy just to, put my name out there and make it very easy that it's something I can beat. But putting $100,000 goal out there, it might sound easy to some, but it wasn't an easy thing to put out there into the world. I knew there was a big chance I could fail it, and then people mock me. And even when I have been winning here, people tell me that I'm a bot because I play fast. There's always conspiracies, or because I make YouTube videos, the sites let me win. I can go over all of them. At the end of the day, people are either going to believe this is real or not. Right now, if I was better at editing, I'd show you all my PokerStars accounts and my GG accounts and show you the banking information of when I deposited and all that. But frankly, I'm not confident enough to show you guys that because I don't know how to blur things out and hide my name and like bank codes. And I didn't even open it up. But down the road, if I ever feel like I need to, I would do that. But the poker community is pretty trusting. I do know, quite a bit of people in the community, and I've built up a rep. And honesty is a huge part in poker. If people catch you lying and stuff like that, your reputation doesn't just last long. So, we've been a consistent winner for several years here. It's been definitely ups and downs. I have had other Bankroll challenges that I've lost. I've had love and hates with sites at times. But deep down, I'm a huge poker lover. How I've been able to increase my skill is honestly, guys, not the smartest way. I'm not saying this is what everyone should do. Should you get a coach? Should you do training programs? I think all that is beneficial. For me, I really get practice from just playing and understanding in spots. I really put thought into why a play didn't work. What the guys who keep winning, I look at their bet sizes. I see what they're doing. Then I see their showdown hands. I watch tons of Twitch, every single team pro. I can list them all, but from the Lexes, the Spraggies, Arlie, Jamie Staples, all the guys, I literally watch them all. I've been a huge fan of poker for a long, long time, and literally I take a bit from all their games that they all teach me a little bit here and there. Then I try applying it, and then you find out what works for you and what doesn't. And then for me, it's just learning who you find you gel with for learning. So for spin and goes and stuff like that, I have different people, and for tournaments, so I've kind of gone back and forth, but from YouTube videos and Twitch alone is where I don't know the percentage, but it would be 90 to 95% of my poker I've learned is from just watching videos and really trying to soak that in. And people don't think you learn poker from podcasts, but I listen to a lot of podcasts of just legendary stuff with Jamie Staples on Elliot Rowe, the coaching podcast. I forget exactly what it's called, but Daniel Negreanu on Lex Freeman. And anything to do with poker, guys, I'm constantly thinking in all that. And I do think it goes a long way. This challenge, since January 1st, we did not have a poker HUD. So some people think you can only beat poker with a HUD. We do not have one. I've gone over this topic many, many times. It's not that I don't think they can help, but I also think some things aren't necessarily something you need. And also, I think people rely on them too much. So let's say I'm in a spot where my intuition is telling me to fold, and I really, really, really know deep down to fold. And then I look at my stats in the HUD, and then it changes my decision. So there's times the HUD can really, really backfire. I've had a HUD before for huge samples where I went against my gut because a HUD said one thing. Where I would really recommend a poker HUD is if you're using it for coaching purposes. One reason why I wouldn't hire a coach right now is I have no data besides videos to give them, hey, go find my leaks. I have no nothing to show them other than they watch me play or I record some sessions. But it's not like they can go through my poker tracker and say, in the big blind you're not defending enough or you're not betting flops or whatever they would go through. That would be really, really beneficial for a poker HUD if you're getting coaching. That's just my thought on that. I think if I was to pick one thing, just with my current skill levels, I think I'd be better off deciding a course on where I think I need the most lessons in, and finding there's so many courses out there from all these sites. And I think after I tried a couple of courses, then I would probably look at getting a coach. Would be the steps I'd go in with just my experience at right now. But my biggest thing is I have to decide: am I putting my eggs more into spin and goes? I do think it fits my lifestyle the best, my schedule the best. But tournaments have been extremely profitable. I did open up. Oh, did I just close it? I've just been kind of rambling on letting you guys watch this. I knew this was a really, really long heads up game. It's kind of why I was showing you this. And the reason why I'm showing you these three guys, on the same night we won, on the table left, we won the Daily 500. The top table on the right is called the Super Tuesday. We won that tournament. And the bottom table is the Brawl. We came in second and we got it all in on the turn ahead. And the guy had a good hand. He had an open end flush draw and he caught on the river. But otherwise we would have won all three tournaments here. And then since then, we've won the Daily 500 two other times while making other final tables. So it's been one hell of a week. I do want to almost wrap this up, though, and start showing you guys just a stat. This is a really long heads up match. Maybe some of you guys have been enjoying it. We are up to 40 big blinds. I didn't know how long I'd be rambling on. Basically, I wanted to tell people questioning when did I buy in, how much money did I turn this into. If I had to break it down into if you count the whole 120,000 profit, I've probably deposited somewhere around, I don't know, like no more than $1,500. Because like it depends how you're looking at. Like the $600 I recently just deposited on PokerStars to get the bonus, I showed you guys I took it out of our GG account. So the account I just showed you was at 14,000 whatever it was, a couple hundred. It would have been $600 worth more, but I took that out to get a free bonus. To me, it's just smart. If you're playing on sites already and the stakes I play and the volume I play, it is very easy for me to unlock these cash bonuses. So even today, I have $100,000 in my account. If between the two, if PokerStars come out with a deposit today saying deposit $1,000 and we'll meet it, I'd be crazy not to take it out of my GG account and just put it in PokerStars, and for that month or whatever, put my time into PokerStars and just collect that free money. It's just, to me, it's just smart. It's just plus EV play. Like you see a bonus, you take it. For many years back in the poker boom, like way before, early, like before Black Friday, which was 2011 when they canceled poker, all these sites were competing against each other, and everyone would bum hunt, and they just would go to every site and take bonuses. It's just kind of what you do. So now when they're not as often, when you see a bonus and you're already playing on that site, like I could be searching other sites. Like I don't play on 88 Poker, and to be honest, I don't even know enough of them. Like I know the names, but I can't think of them. I've never played on ACR. There's a whole bunch of sites that I could deposit and get some bonuses, and it's something I might do down the road. I would love to stick to the Ontario sites and the ones I love, but you just never know what the future is, right? Yeah. So this guy, I got back to even with him, and then I wrote in the comments, I said, "Do you remember that time I offered you a chop and then you turned me down?" So I was just having fun with that person. We were talking smack back and forth. It was pretty fun. Anywho, let's just kind of show you the end here because this is going a bit longer, even though it was the final challenge video. I do some crazy bluffs in this heads up match. It was quite the friggin' match, and I will say that guy put on it was a hell of a match. I've been more impressed. So the heads up is one thing. When I navigate a chip lead, when we're down to about 3 to 5 people on a final table and I have a lot of chips, I'm just finding myself to be really getting experience at using my chips as leverage and knowing who I have a good feel of who I could put a lot of pressure on, and then other players have to back down because they're going to call me more. And that was a lot of times based on this week who wasn't playing. I'm just getting, the more you play anything, though, I played a lot of spins, you get very comfortable, and the more final tables, and with Ontario, you're very lucky. You're playing the same players all the time. So even without a HUD, I'm very good at learning tendencies, and I have a good memory for poker. When someone catches me in a certain hand, I remember these things for some reason, and then, I put it in my own file in my head that next time I play him, this is what they saw last time, and I'm very good at kind of organizing that for whatever reason. So let's wrap this up because I want to show you guys just one thing that one, and of course I showed you right at the very end. So we won that one there for $5,500. That one there, I think I bought in twice, so it might have been $4,500 profit. We can go through all these, but you'll see down here, we win the Super Tuesday, and it was right at the same. This guy, I'm playing him heads up. And maybe he knows, so I'm playing them both heads up right now. I didn't tell either of them that I'm playing the other one. So we're about to win. On the left here is the Super Tuesday. And look, we won that, so I could show you that just because it's right there. For that one for $3,400, subtract your buy-in, and then we're heads up versus this guy. Oh, and I lost it right away. So I'll show you that one hand. So here, right there. So we're 70% chance to have him down to 20 big blinds. And, he's got a lot of outs here. I'm not mad at his play whatsoever. He catches it, and if we came in second, but would have been just insane to win all 3 of those tournaments the same night. But anyways, I wanted to show you this, guys. If those who don't know what short scope is, For me, being a tournament player, it's pretty crazy. You can type in people's name. You just go to sharkscope.com and it shows you people's stats. So this is showing you my profit. This is just this year, or this site, PokerStars Ontario. $55,000 profit in tournaments. It has your ability rating. They even have here, if you click on leaderboards, this is kind of cool. In Ontario here alone, it's saying that I'm in the top 5 here for profit on the site, which is pretty crazy because if you look at these names in here, I'm very confident that almost all of them would have a bigger sample size than me. I don't know if we click on one if it shows that. Yeah, so here I have 701 games. He's got 990, and this guy is at the top, and he's got $168,000 profit. And look at his fucking graph, just such a beast. Some people keep saying you're only winning because you're Ontario. I watch other YouTube channels. I'm telling you, Ontario has some savage beast players. Like there is some really good players. Is it easier than the global? Without a doubt. But it doesn't mean all these guys don't know how to play poker. There's some solid players. And as you move up in stakes, that's where the better players are. And if you're playing final tables every night, you're constantly running into them. If you're playing high spin and goes, you're constantly battling the regs. Majority of the field is definitely softer. I'm not going to argue that. But people are acting like the Ontario side is a complete walk, where I watch other YouTube channels all the time playing spins and tournaments and just players punting tournaments. It happens in every site. Like poker is alive and doing well. The best players in the world are probably definitely on the global sites. But Ontario players can hold their own. I'm very confident in that. We're definitely starting to get up there. So I just wanted to show you guys that who haven't seen this before. So I'm pretty cool how that's looking. Yeah, so guys, please smash the like button. Maybe write in your comments what you'd like to see me do next. I'm not making any promises. My dream would be to work with a poker site. Like if an Ontario site wanted me to start a poker challenge just on their site, like a PokerStars, GG, or Party Poker, I'd be very, very happy to do a Bankroll challenge on a site to do something with the company. But for now, I'm just kind of gonna take each day for what it is and decide my next steps. So maybe in the comments though, guys, tell me what you liked the most about the challenge. Maybe even be honest what you didn't like, and then what you think I should do in the future. And I'll just see you guys on the next video. Peace out.